Jake here from wealthycorner.com, and today I'm going to talk about bonds, specifically why does a bond drop in value when interest rates go up? First, what is a bond? A bond is just a loan to a government or organization, and let's look at an example of a 10-year bond of $1,000 in value with a 3% yield. This was common in 2019, for example. You loan the $1,000 by buying the $1,000 bond. During the time of the loan, the company or government agrees to pay you $30 a year in interest. That's 3% of $1,000 for the 10 years. At the end of the 10 years, you get your $1,000 back. That's the bond. A bond is just a loan. So now that we know what a bond is, let's see what happens on, say, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On year 5, interest rates skyrocket and new 5-year bonds are yielding 5%. So consider somebody in that environment in year 5 and you say, hey, I want to get rid of my bond. No one's going to pay $1,000 for your bond that just pays out $30 a year and then gives them $1,000 back at the end of 5 years, because new 5-year bonds are yielding 5%, meaning they could just buy a 5-year bond for $1,000, get $50 a year, and then at the end of the 5 years, get their $1,000 back. So for your bond to be attractive to someone new, for them to buy your bond in this new high interest rate environment, they're going to only buy it from you if you sell it for a price that is less than $1,000, such that the equivalent $30 a year plus the return of $1,000 equals the 5% rates that new 5-year bonds yield at the time which you're selling your bond. So the return that the individual gets from buying your bond at a discount comes from two main sources. One is $30 on a lower price is going to be higher than a 3% interest rate. That's one source of the return. A second source of the return is the fact that they get $1,000 back at the end. So if they, for example, pay $900 for your bond on year 5, and then they get $1,000 back at the end, they just made $100 there in addition to the higher interest rate they got from paying less for your bond. So those two factors combined should equal a 5% annualized return for the next 5 years for you to sell your 10-year bond in year 5 to someone in the market when the interest rate in that market is 5% for a 5-year bond. I know that concept can be confusing, but in summary, the bond is not going to be as attractive to people when new bonds are yielding higher interest rates. So for your bond to be attractive, someone is going to have to pay less for it such that they get the same return that bonds yield in that new environment. It's also worth noting that if you just hold on to your bond for the set term, as long as the government or company doesn't default on you because they can't pay back the loan, then you're guaranteed to get the original interest rate that you have agreed upon at the beginning of the loan term. So no matter what interest rates do during this 10-year bond, if you just put down your $1,000, wait 10 years, get your $1,000 back, you would have made a 3% return during that time frame. So that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe and visit wealthycorner.com. And you can also tap the like button. Don't smash it. That's not very nice. And take care.